family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Coca Farm here. So in this video now, I'm going to be telling us about the picking. Yes, why do I need to depict my bed? The economical importance of depicking our beds. So do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. So let's get to the point of today. What is depicking? So people will ask, what is depicking? What is the meaning of depicking? Depicking is the process and the act of cutting off the beak of your bed, which is their mouth, like this. Let me show you for example. Look at this bed. It has been depicted. This mouth, the act of cutting it short. Can you see? Can you see? This we have cut this one, but it's growing already. So it's the act of cutting the mouth of your poultry bed. And why do I need to depict? Some farmers do not want to go through the stress of depicting. They don't even like the idea depicting. Why do I need to depict my bed? Or it's of no use. It's just stressful. So we have many reasons why you need to depict your bed, and pay adequate attention to it. The first reason why you need to depict your poultry bed is that it reduces cannibalism. Yes, we all know the meaning of cannibalism, the act of pecking, pecking another bird. For example, in laying birds, when a bird just lay, maybe it has something, its blood start coming out of it and this thing. So if a bird see it, the next thing the bird will do is to try to peck it, because they are very, very attracted to color red. Birds are very attracted to color red. So when they peck it, they'll start pecking. Then the other group of bird, the other bird will now gang up and start pecking the bird until the bird is very weak and it loses a lot of blood, and that will lead to high percentage of mortality on the farm. And you don't want that to happen to your own bird. So it reduces the percentage of mortality, because if they start pecking the bird and their beak is not that sharp, so that will not lead to mortality in the bed, in the farm. So the second reason why you need to depict your poultry bed is that it reduces feed wastage. It's very economical advantage for the producer. It reduces your feed wastage, because this bed, they use that beak to pick their feed, and sometimes they like to just bring it and waste it. They like to start looking for the corn inside the feed. So when you depict the bed, it will reduce the amount of feed that they will be wasting, your farm. And you don't want to, you know how much the feed is very cost now. You don't want to waste your feed. And remember, the picking happens in poultry bed, most especially for laying birds, because the bird that we want to keep for a long period of time will need to depict them. For broiler, it doesn't really matter, because you don't want to keep your broiler for laying eggs, except the parent stock. Yes, but if you just want to sell it for the purpose of meat production, you don't need to depict the bed. So as for your laying bed, it is very, very important. You need to depict them. You need to depict them, because it will reduce the feed wastage, it will reduce cannibalism, and it will also reduce self-mutilation. Yes, this is the process of bird removing its feather by itself. You know, they can start removing their feather by themselves, and it's only old layers that does not have feathers on their body. But these young layers start removing their own feather, because the beak is very sharp. They start removing their feather by themselves, and that can also lead to mortality, because once blood starts coming out, the rest will just gather and start pecking the bed, because you did not depict them. And it also reduces the amount of pecking when they start laying. Let's say they have escaped the period of their pullets stage, their grower, so they start laying. They made it to the period of laying, and once their beak is very, very sharp, some of them have what do they call it? They have the habit of pecking their egg. Yes, they'll start pecking and pecking and pecking their egg until everything is cracked. And what do you want to use a cracked egg to do? You don't want to sell. Who will buy your cracked egg from you? How much do you want to sell it? What if they peg their egg? They peg like 30 eggs in a day. That is one crate, and it does not make any economical sense. So how do I depict my bed? So we have different type of depicting machine that you can use to depict your bird. We have the automatic depicting machine. That one is very okay. And the manual depicting machine, that one you will plug it in the electricity, then you will use it to depict your bed. You use it to depict your bed. In this video, I will show us how we depict our home bed in our own farm here at Coca.
Have the upper beak and the lower beak. And as you can see it, these beaks are very sharp. Now, still tender. Now, as they get older, the beak becomes stronger and stronger. Shortly, we will show you how it is being done. So, join us as we go. And now, this is the debaking machine. It is connected to the power source. And as you can see, please move closer. As we can see, this is the blade. This is the blade part of the debaking machine. As it is connected, we have it heated up, so we make use of the heat. And this is the pedal, so as it goes down, then it cuts the grain. And this is the voltage. You have to determine the voltage you want to use. Here we have 0 off to no voltage, and we have one. Can you move it closer, please? We have 170 volts, 190 volts, 210 volts, 230 volts. So depending on the volts you want to use, so it is recommended for best like this, you can make it at 210 volts. So with that, you allow it to heat up, because what you need actually is the heat of the machine. So when you want to do it, first thing you need to ensure is you have to ensure that the tongue of the bed is not out, because any tamper or injury to the tongues leads to the mortality of such beds. So you use your hand in clipping the tongue back, and by so doing, then you go to the machine, you allow it up, then you place it, then you pedal it down. No more in the beds, they will react, but that is what is needed. Then you cauterize the mouth part. Why do we do that? So that it prevents loss of blood. We've seen situation, beds are being debeak and there's profuse bleeding, and it leads to high mortality. So you try as much as possible to prevent bleeding that can lead to mortality. Then to the lower part, you are still holding the tongue inside. Then to the lower part, you cut a little bit. And you also seal it up with the cloth. Yes, can you see? And that is done. So with this, the birds will not be able to peck on each other, and also they can still feed with this.
And remember that you have to call a professional to depict your bird. It's very important to call a professional. As simple as it seems, it can lead to mortality after depicking. If you don't know about it, if you don't know how to depict, just carry your own scissors or your own handheld electric depicker and you start cutting it. It is very technical. Yes, because in that process, it's just like when we want to circumcise a child. You know how it's very painful, and it has to be done by professionals. So it has to be done by professionals so that they will guide you on what to do before. Usually, it's advisable to place them on multivitamin before depicking them, especially the multivitamin that is rich in vitamin K, because vitamin K will help to clothe the blood easily, because there's no how you will depict your bed, even if you use automatic depicking machine, manual depicking machine, that there will not still be a little percent of bleeding. Yes, when you use the automatic depicking machine, you can cauterize it because it's very hot. Then it will reduce the bleeding. That does not mean it will stop it. So when you use the vitamin 2 days before the depicking and 2 days after the depicking, that will help. It will help you to reduce the amount of bleeding. And usually when you just depict your bird, usually it used to reduce the way they take the feed, because that's what they used to pick their feed. So for that day or two, the feed intake will reduce. Don't be alarmed. It's just normal. It's normal. Don't worry, they will get back to eating when you've taken the necessary procedure. You've given them vitamin before, you've given them vitamin after. You will not even have any mortality. As Coca, from when we did our own depicking, we have 0 mortality. We don't have any mortality. We don't have any issue with mortality. So take this step and depict your bird. Remember, it makes economical sense. And the profit or the purpose of you being in poultry farming is for you to make profit, not to make loss. So as depicking, as simple as this depicking is, it is very, very important for you to depict your birds early. And we have questions like, when should I depict my bird? Yes, when should I depict my bird? You can depict your bird at the age of, it's very advisable. Some do it from the hatchery. That's day 1. We use the infrared to depict the bird. But usually after that day 1, the beak will grow back. So you need to do it again. So it's usually advisable to do it within the range of when they are at week 5 or week 6. Because at that time, their beak is still very, very tender. yes, it's still very, very tender, and to just reduce the amount of pain they will go through. Unlike when they are 20 weeks, 30 weeks, it's very, very dangerous to do it at that time. So do it when they are, it's preferable at the age of 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Some do it at the day old, day one, but it doesn't have any age range. It just depend on you. The scope of it is that do it when they are still young, when they are still in their pullet period. Do it then you will see the results. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, do well to comment at the comment section and hit the notification bell to get more useful information to stay in business in and out of season. I still remain your favorite farm queen in the universe. Bye.